there, my name is David Brenyan. Recently I started getting into doing some hydroponic gardening, and I just wanted to show you some of what I'm working on. So I've only been doing this for maybe a month or two now, but I have a pretty small system going. I've got 5 of these kind of Dutch bucket setups that I've seen MHP Gardener and a bunch of other folks on YouTube making. I've got all my air lines here running into the garage with my air pump in there, and then I've got all my buckets with the little net pots. And right now this is a seedling of a tomato. This over here is a sucker that I clipped off of this guy over here, this bigger plant. At the moment these 2 buckets don't have anything in them. I had seedlings in them, but they died. I think I just kind of was a little rough with them in the transplanting process. I started them in little grow cubes, and then when I transplanted them into the buckets, they didn't seem to really do that well. So that was a little disappointing. But my lettuce here is doing good. These plants are actually maybe about a month or so old. For a while they had been kind of in limbo because they were in a tower setup like this one over here, which I'll show you in just a minute. And then we had a major storm here in Southern California, in LA, and it blew the tower over, and I didn't really have time to put them into a new system, so I just put them in this little temporary thing that I made, kind of a little like spa for the plants. And it's just 2 little clear Rubbermaid containers on top of each other with little zip ties for the hinge, and I just keep about an inch or so of water in the bottom of that. And any plants that don't currently have a home or a place to put them, I just keep them here to keep them alive while I'm fixing up or building a new setup. The lettuce is just in this is what I have learned is called the Kratky method, which is a method of just having the plants just sitting in a bath of water. As you can see, the water is just, it's right there. The plants are just sitting maybe up to about right here, filled with water and nutrient solution. So the problem I'm having right now, though, and I'm hoping some folks on YouTube can help me out. This guy right here, I've had him going in this bucket for probably about a month or so, and he was doing really well until one day when I changed the water. Changed out the nutrient solution. I hadn't changed it for the whole first 3 or 4 weeks or so that it had been in there. And then as soon as I changed the water, I noticed the leaves started to droop really bad. It's not doing it so badly right now, but a couple of days ago it was really bad, and it really seems to only be doing it during the daytime, and at night it perks right back up. And I can't really imagine that's because of the heat, even though I am in Southern California. It's been the weather's been really nice. It's been in the 60s and 70s. We've been having some rain, which is nice. We've been needing rain. So if anybody knows what's causing my tomato plants to droop during the day, please let me know. I thought it maybe had something to do with the nutrient concentration, maybe that I had made it too high and that it was some kind of nutrient burn. Oh, the other part of the equation here, which might help you in diagnosing this, is my roots went from being really white to being really brown. Is that some kind of root rot situation? And what do you think is causing that? Yeah, I don't know. I hope that's enough information for you to help me diagnose what's going on here. I mean, it's still alive and it still seems to be doing okay, but it's just the stems and the leaves are not as hardy as they used to be. Now this sucker here, like I said earlier, I trimmed that sucker off of the main plant, and it's actually doing better. The leaves are feeling healthier and stronger than the main plant, which is strange because this sucker, I mean, this says 12-11. I just planted that yesterday, so it's only been in here 24 hours, and it's it hasn't drooped or anything. It just is doing great. So I don't know. So if you know why my tomato plants are drooping, and if you have any advice for me on doing this hydroponic gardening stuff, feel free to leave it in the comments. I also want to show you my tower here. This, again, inspired by lots of other folks here on YouTube. You'll notice the black spray paint over here. That came out of necessity after a bunch of experimenting and trying to figure out what was going wrong. I realized that the PVC fence post is light tight, but the PVC pipe that I used to make the little cup holders on the side was not. And so all of my roots were getting root burn and just turning really brown. And the plants would last for a little while, but then after a week or so they'd start to die off. So I realized I had to spray paint all the cups in order to make them light tight. Well, anyway, that's my garden for right now. I'm gonna try to keep making some videos and updates, and let me know what you think. Cheers.